Hi, I'm Michelle Hemphill, your host of Our Town, Our Time on RTV 32. We've got a great show lined up for you today. I'll be speaking with Sandy Arnold. She's with the Champaign County Chamber of Commerce, with Tom Hollywood Poehler, who is with the Friends of Brandon Foundation, and with Captain Carol from the Salvation Army. So stay tuned for Our Town, Our Time on RTV 32. Hi, I'm with Sandy Arnold from the Champaign County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. You're kind of all under one umbrella, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So tell us a little bit about the Champaign County Chamber.
Well, at the Chamber, as you've acknowledged, we have two portions to our business, and we also get into a third area, economic development. The Chamber promotes commerce and also ties to civic responsibilities that we have as well. We just like making things better, whether that's business or for our community. The Visitors Bureau side hosts or supports over 20 events in Champaign County throughout the year. We are coming up on our final 3 events, one of which the Visitors Bureau itself puts together, and that's our Barn Quilt Tour.
And the Barn Quilt Tour is the 13th and 14th of October?
That is correct.
And tell us what that entails, because it's multiple locations, right?
That is correct. Basically, a little bit of history on the Barn Quilt Tour is that it started in 2006 for Champaign County. This is a program that was developed in another state. Some folks got together and decided it seemed like a good idea for Champaign County. What it does is features our agricultural heritage and barns in the area. It also features the folk practice, if you will, of making quilts, and the unique features of our countryside as well as our farms. So that's what the tour is about. This is our 7th year for having the tour, and each year it depends really on how many applicants we get in terms of host locations.
Okay, so people write into you or request to be a stop on the tour.
That's correct, and there's also a third way. Sometimes we recruit them.
Do you?
Yeah, because they have a great location or they might be in a particular quadrant. This year, everything falls in what we're going to call the Mechanicsburg quadrant, so kind of in the southeast portion of the county.
Of Champaign County.
That's correct.
And there's 7 locations, is that right?
There are 7 locations. There are 2 locations in town. One of those is the Johnny Appleseed Museum. Basically, in celebration of Johnny Appleseed's birthday, we have added them to our tour this year. They have a quilt that's in place already. That's been in place for about 6 years, but this year when they're hosting, they're going to be sharing some new information about locations that are directly tied in Champaign County to Johnny Appleseed's heritage. So that should be pretty exciting.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes, and there will also be apple desserts for purchase there, as well as tours of the museum, and it is the largest collection of Johnny Appleseed memorabilia there.
And then the tour approximately takes how long if somebody wanted to schedule some time to go? And
I would say that people will probably spend approximately 30 to 45 minutes per location.
Okay.
Now, that's just an approximation because, of course, we have features that may have more appeal to one individual than another. So we try to mix it up throughout the tour so that there's a lot to see and there's really no duplication. Though we have music at a couple of the locations, for example, it's not the same kind of music at each location.
And do people drive there individually or?
That is correct. Yes.
So they get you have a poster or a map or something?
I do have a map. The maps will be available the last week, well, the week right before the tour. So that'll be beginning October the 8th.
Okay.
And when people purchase their ticket, which is just $10 for all 7 locations.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it's a great value. There are some of the programs during the tour that will be worth the ticket price alone to participate. But they do get a map at that location so that they can see it's a map that has a highlighted route, and that's the route that they can travel. They can jump in on the route at any particular point in time. You can purchase a ticket at any of our locations as well. So we try to make it pretty flexible for people to enjoy the tour.
Well, let's talk about a little bit about the other events that you have coming up. There's Boo At the bog, is that
Blue at the
correct?
Bog, that's right. Cedar Bog, which of course is your neighbor and my
Right,
neighbor.
it is,
just
right in the
there.
middle.
That's right, right there on 68. And they have, it's not a scary event. It's an event that's meant to educate and inform all age groups at the Bog. So it's
So
a
you
great
could
place
take little
to go.
kids if you wanted.
That is correct. They'll learn about wildlife as well as the unique features of the bog itself.
And then the other events, you have one in between that too, Oktoberfest? Or?
Yes, it's actually this weekend
Oh, it
on the
is.
7th. It's the 40th year for the Oktoberfest, and it features local artisans and items that are being promoted and for sale. For instance, we will be there promoting our tour, but we also have a beautiful quilt that's up for raffle.
Oh, wow.
This is a commemorative quilt, and people who attended last year's tour took home a baggie with pieces to a quilt square. And if I might show you that.
Oh, sure. Yes, that'd be great.
What we have is it's the rail fence quilt. This is built of blocks that were sent back in to our office. There are contributions there, 12 from Champaign County, 18 from other locations in Ohio, 1 from Illinois, and 1 from North Carolina.
Well, so these were pieces people took home that were on the tour
That's
and put
correct.
the blocks together and sent it back.
This
How
is
cool
the
is that?
first time we have had one of
Yeah.
these. And there are people that have helped put the quilt together because it's not finished, of course, until
sure.
you sew everything together. And we're just really proud of it this year. The tickets are $1 each. They're also 6 for $5.
Wow. Yeah, that would be really neat to have.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing that.
Sure.
Well, hopefully your quilt tour will go well and all your events will go well. We appreciate you being here.
Sure.
Keep us updated on what's going on in Champaign County. You know, we always like to hear you're right next door, and Clark and Champaign kind of intermingle in with each other. and
That's
it's a
right. I
nice
think we're
thing.
good neighbors, don't
We're
you?
very good neighbors.
I think
Very
so
good
too.
neighbors.
And for more information, people can go to our Facebook site and
Okay.
they can type in Champaign County Barns, or Barn Quilt Tour, excuse me. And we also have a website, champaigncountybarns.com.
Great. Well, I appreciate it, Sandy. Come
All right.
back again.
Thank you. I appreciate the invitation.
Thanks. Well, stay tuned. Right now, we're going to have some healthy living tips brought to you by Springfield Regional Medical Center.
Hello, I'm Dr. Nera Vetla from Springfield Regional Medical Center with your health tip for the day. I have written a book called Salt Kills to explain to you how dangerous adding salt to your food is. Millions upon millions of people are affected by this salt habit. You might know high blood pressure comes from salt, but you might not know how bad high blood pressure is for your kidneys, your brain, and of course your heart. Even more importantly, we are learning that salt intake causes other dangerous problems like osteoporosis, stomach cancer, and even Alzheimer's and various memory loss. The solution is very simple. Don't add salt to your diet and watch what salt is there already in the foods that you eat so you can avoid all these deadly problems. I am Dr. Surendra Neravetla from Springfield Regional Medical Center with your healthy living tips.
Your doctors choose to practice at Springfield Regional for all kinds of reasons.
I'm here because our state-of-the-art birthing center creates special experiences for families.
I'm here because you have the most advanced emergency heart care capabilities to save lives.
I'm here because we help patients confront cancer without needing the support of family and friends.
Springfield Regional Medical Center. Exceptional care close to home.
If you need high-quality, low-cost printing, you need a full-service printing company. Goldman Printing is the only local printer offering offset as well as digital printing, which means they can provide you with a wider range of products with quicker turnaround and lower costs. You'll find business cards, flyers, and invitations are a breeze with professional design and typesetting services. For a unique kind of quality service, both professional and personal, choose Goldman Printing, Urbana's only full-service printer, locally owned and operated for more than 30 years. Look who's talking about Los Mariachis.
I like mariachis because the food is great. I like the service that they have here. Everyone is so friendly here.
Like we just love the atmosphere. We come here for the birthdays and the family, and we all have a good time every time we're here.
I love Los Mariachis because the food is great, the company is good, and the drinks are wonderful. We love Los Mariachis.
Authentic Mexican food, Los Mariachis.
Welcome back to Our Town, Our Time on RTV 32. I'm joined now by Captain Carroll with the Salvation Army. You are the commanding officer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the Salvation Army and where it's located here in Springfield.
The Salvation Army has been located in several spots here in Springfield since 1891.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the older institutions, and we kind of hide in the shadows, so a lot of people don't know we've been around and been in the community for that long.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, we're going on 125 years.
Wow. Well, we're going to talk today about the Red Kettle event and the kickoff luncheon. Tell everybody what that is.
Well, for the last couple of years, we've kicked off our Red Kettles with a luncheon, inviting community leaders and businessmen and businesswomen to fill tables.
Yes, keep those businesswomen.
Absolutely. My wife would be really upset.
She would. That's all right. Tell her I stuck up.
We local community leaders come and they take a table and they invite friends, they invite co-workers, they invite other community leaders to come and sit at their table and essentially donate lots of money to help their neighbors. And it's become a bit of a challenge. They give away a golden or a crystal bell every year, and that's gone back and forth through some of the bigger companies in town. Last year it was actually won by the owner of Lee's Chicken.
Right, because you did
Scott
a little
Griffith.
bit, differently, so us little companies had a chance.
Absolutely.
You know, when you're going up against Speedway, it makes it tough.
Yeah. We made they had to count every table separate this year, or last year, which made it a little bit easier for the smaller groups.
Right, and it kicks off the whole bell ringing for the holiday season, doesn't
Absolutely.
it?
Absolutely, and we have quite an effort here in Clark County. Our goal last year, which we met and met well, was for everyone in Clark County to give $1. There's essentially 150,000 people living in Clark County, give or take, and we raised just over $150,000, which per person. I was stationed in New York City, in Staten Island, and we had 500,000 people, and we didn't come close to 150 that we raise here in Springfield and Clark County.
Isn't that amazing?
The people here are amazing givers. They care about each other. They care about their neighbors. I love the Red Kettle in particular because when someone themselves is having a hard time, they can still give. They can still do something significant for their neighbor.
Sure.
We're not asking for the big donation. We're asking them to give that spare change when they walk out of a grocery store.
Right.
And even when you're having a hard time, you can still do that. And part of the whole Christmas season is just being able to share with others. And that's a great opportunity for someone who may themselves be having a hard time but still want to help their neighbor.
Well, it makes you feel a little better, I think.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, you collect toys, and there's a toy run, and you do toy distribution, and you also are taking applications for families who may need some help, right?
Absolutely. Christmas and for the Salvation Army here in Clark County is huge for us. It starts actually in the third week of October.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, and people may say we're pushing Christmas, but we have a motorcycle toy run sponsored by the Highway Hikers Bike Club.
Right.
And it's kind of hard to keep riding into December. Some of the hardcore bikers do it, but it's harder and harder. We would lose people because it starts to get cold, it starts to get dangerous. So the third week in October, we have our toy run. And that toy run's gotten bigger and bigger over the last 35 years.
Yeah.
We have about 1,000 bikes, and that in itself is a big event in Springfield.
And it's wonderful to see them go by.
Absolutely. When we drive to the fairgrounds where they have it, we will see people out on lawn chairs and lining. It's like any other major parade in Springfield.
Right.
I think it's one of the better ones because it's pretty cool to see. I mean, you see these guys driving down the street in their Harleys with giant teddy bears strapped to their backs. It's just an amazing thing to see.
And then those toys are then gathered and then...
They're gathered. We actually put them in a storage unit to keep them safe until we distribute them, and about 2 months later. And then we have a whole week of applications, so that if there's a family who's going through a hard time from anywhere in Clark County, they can come to our office and fill out an application. And they basically fill out an application saying, listen, I'm having a hard time this year.
Sure.
And we don't ask for a whole lot. We just ask for them to prove that the kids are in their house. Unfortunately, in this day and age, there's people who would take advantage of us and have. And so we do our best to avoid that and make sure that the toys go to the people they were intended to go to. We go to great lengths to make sure that the kids don't find out that the Salvation Army gave them the toys. We don't want the kids to know that mom and dad had to go ask for help this year. Unlike some communities I've been in Springfield, a lot of the people that come to us one time and we never see them again. The mom or dad got laid off, or someone died. It was just a hard year.
Sure, something came up that they couldn't avoid.
And so we go to great lengths. We ask the parents not to bring their kids to the applications, and we don't allow the kids at the toy pickup. We make a point to black bag everything, and so that mom and dad can just make it happen that year, and just Santa came. And even though mom and dad were going through a hard time, Santa came anyway, and the kids never know why, and that's the way we like it. We don't want them to know. We look for people to help, and we look for volunteers. We look for people to sponsor families. It's probably the highlight of Christmas for me is going out with my boys and asking them to pick out gifts we make sure that we pick a family with children that are relatively the same age as my kids, and they have to pick out a gift that they would really like, knowing that it's going to go to another kid, and they get real excited. They love it, and it also helps us to see what they really want for Christmas. We may go out and rebuy the same gift for them, but they pick out the gift that's going to go to another child, and it's gotten to be a really great tradition for us.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I really appreciate you being here, and thank you for all the work the Salvation Army does. And do you have a phone number if anybody would like to volunteer some time, or if they're in need of assistance?
Absolutely. My wife is in charge of the toy distribution and the toy programs, and if they would call my wife at Captain Delia Carroll at 937-322-3434, extension 108.
Great. Well, thanks again, and good luck. And I've already signed up to volunteer, so I'll be seeing you down there.
Terrific.
Thanks. We'll be right back, and we're going to speak to our special guest, Hollywood.
Welcome to Phyllis Springfield Health and Rehabilitation Center. We specialize in short-term rehabilitation and long-term care with everything from physical and occupational therapy to speech and pulmonary rehabilitation. Phyllis Springfield also offers outpatient therapy. We truly believe that we are family serving families. With strong ties to the community, Phyllis Springfield supports organizations that support our friends and neighbors. Phyllis Springfield Health and Rehabilitation Center. It's your choice. Come and experience the difference.
If you are a scrapbooker, crafter, woodworker, toy maker, or decorative painter, we invite you to discover Hubbard Distributing. You'll find hundreds of creative painting tutorials, craft supplies, and wood products, in addition to a wide range of power tool accessories. We offer classes on painting, card making, and paper craft. Shop our huge selection and watch for specials online, on Facebook, and in our store. You'll find something new every week. Hubbard Distributing. Come discover the exciting world of art that's waiting for you.
Some enchanted evening.
The Springfield Arts Council presents English tenor Alfie Boe, Saturday, October 20th at Cuss Auditorium, Springfield.
You may see a stranger.
Seen in the Les Mis 25th anniversary concert, don't miss the incomparable Alfie Boe. Get tickets now. Call 937-328-3874 or visit springfieldartscouncil.org.
Welcome back to Our Town, Our Time. I'm joined now by Tom Hollywood Poehler, and he is the founder of the Friends of Brandon Foundation.
Correct.
Tell us what that is.
Friends of Brandon Foundation is our motto is we assist victims of violence and adversity. It is a local nonprofit who was founded when my nephew was killed 2 years ago. Unfortunately, we came through a learning curve very quickly that when a tragedy strikes, whether something as savage or severe as ours or just domestic violence, people tend to lose focus during holidays, so on and so forth.
Right.
So we were trying to find a way to assist others, and that's kind of how we got started.
Well, it's a great cause and a great way to turn something so horrific around in his honor.
Absolutely.
You know, to do some good. Tell us about Feeding a Hero.
Feed Our Heroes. Last year we did a Feed Our Heroes 1. This year we're in our second annual Feed Our Heroes dinner. Feed Our Heroes is a Thanksgiving dinner that we're doing for local veterans. All veterans are welcome to attend. We do require reservations. Belly Fire Catering out of Dayton has been chosen to do the catering for the dinner. We're looking for 100+ veterans, and they're allowed a guest. We have door prizes. We will have both senior and regular vendors set up there. We're targeting more seniors, but any veteran, any era, somebody just out this week is welcome to come get a meal. The target is people that may not have a place to go for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We're looking to make sure they get not only a meal, some of our vendors, Dorothy Lane Market has donated 50 Good Neighbor bags. Our goal is to send everybody home with at least a week's worth of groceries when they leave.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
and what's the date of that?
It's November 24th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay, and it's located where?
Lake Road, VFW in Medway, post 9486, I believe it is. I have to double check that.
Well, sure.
But it is the VFW post on Lake Road in Medway.
And you will take donations, monetary and food, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. They can contact us on, we have both a website and a Facebook page.
Okay.
And they can contact us there. Once again, they do need reservations for the veterans. But yeah, we're still looking for door prizes. All food will be bagged up and split up amongst local homeless shelters, anything that's left over.
Anything's left over that you don't distribute. And then you also go out into some nursing facilities. I know you come to Villa.
Right, we did that last year. One of the things that we wanted to do, again, as a veteran, we are active in local veteran programs, and it's just so many of our greatest generation are languishing away in a place where they're forgotten.
That's right.
And
the only family
it's tragic.
Are people who help them. I mean, the workers at the facilities, which it is their home, but that really is their only family.
Right. So we found last year that we contacted Villa. And we got the names and the ages of the individuals, and we actually boxed up 15 meals and took them over to the veterans, and we've continued that through all the holidays. We took Christmas stockings, we took Easter baskets.
And they loved it.
Yeah, they do. They really, really did. So it's just another thing that we try to do with the foundation.
That's great. Well, show us your brochure.
This
Friends of Brandon.
Yes,
kind of like your logo?
This is the logo. And this is easy to find on Facebook and our website, friendsofbrandon.com.
And people can donate to that organization, too.
We take all kind of donations. We've got everything from prom dresses that we've given to people. Yeah, people have donated prom dresses. I've got clothes. We have furniture. Friends of Brandon will assist in any method that someone may need in a domestic or a more tragic situation such as ours. If they need moved, we offer CCW training. We're offering self-defense training. It's not just food on the holidays.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's growing.
So you'll take any type of anything?
We'll take anything. We'll take anything.
Well,
just give it to
great. Well, that's wonderful. And this year you're hoping for 100 veterans?
We're looking for at least 100. We have already we have capabilities for more than that, and even if I had to make peanut butter sandwiches, we will feed everybody that comes through
Well,
the door.
hopefully somebody will call in or
We've got some
contact
amazing
you.
donations so far. There's
Yeah.
homemade mac and cheese. I mean, over and above the catered dinner,
Sure.
there have been a lot of individuals that are stepping forward and making sure that these people have a great dinner.
Right. Well, that's great. Well, we really appreciate everything that you're doing and taking such a tragedy and making it a plus. You know, I can't even imagine what your family went through, but we appreciate how you're taking care of the veterans, too.
No, Brandon is the one that we do it. I mean, he's the one that changed me, so.
Right. Well, great. Well, visit the website, visit the Facebook page, donate, or anything you have that they could use, get a hold of them.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, Hollywood, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Yes. Well, it was a pleasure. Thanks for watching Our Town, Our Time on RTV 32. Join us next week for a great show, and everybody have a good week.
Don't forget your roots and toes. Tell me about a mix. Don't forget your roots and toes. Don't forget your roots and toes. Tell me about a mix. Don't forget your roots and toes. I don't you like the answer? Tell me about a mix. Don't you like the answer? Don't you like the answer? Tell me about a mix. Don't you like the answer? Remember the days of spring and water. Remember the days of hunger.
And the long lonely nights are now at an end. The key to my heart you hold in your hand. Oh, and nothing else matters now. We're together again. Oh, and
Out here, success isn't about getting the highest score. It's about showing off a new kind of trophy, discovering new trails to explore. And it's about looking for a new adventure around everything. This is my It's More Fun with Friends badge. With hundreds of badges to earn, Scouts learn the best part is the experience. Find your pack at BeAScout.org.
Look who's talking about Los Mariachis.
I love Los Mariachis because it's your hometown Mexican restaurant.
This is my first time at Los Mariachis and I love it.
Los Mariachis has the best margarita in town.
They have my favorite salsa and just my favorite food in general, and I like all the staff.
We love mariachis.
Authentic Mexican food, Los Mariachis.